Hey, what's going on, guys? It's the SS Ultimate Goku back with another video, and today I'm going to be doing my RWBY Volume 5, aka Episode 9, aka Chapter 9 review. So, it was a very good episode. I really enjoyed it, and it sets up for a lot of things. It starts off with, but first and foremost, I want to say that it is officially confirmed the Spring Maiden, that her name is Ronaldo. So Ronaldo, starts the episode out with Raven. She basically comes out. She has the mask on. You got Cinder. You got Roy Mercury. You know what I mean there. They talk, and she basically says, we're moving the tribe, and it says, you might as well not. They want the Spring Maiden. Cinder, she uses her hands, and you see the clouds, the rain. They implied with Raven that they want this the resource, they want the skill thing, and this is going on her way, so that's what they want, supposedly, not sort of buying it there. I think they want the maidens too, but I think that's just their kind of little trick there. Side, they're going to attack Haven Academy in 2 days with the White Fang, and they're gonna kill everybody. And stuff like, there's nothing that they can do to stop it, and they're like, and everyone else alone. And Raven takes off the mask and is like, things have to be, by trust, and her maiden, powers or whatever, because she's the Fall Maiden, which I thought was interesting. I don't know if Raven eventually, then he's too strong, but they said we could take him out together. But then Emerald reminds them that, they have this, Mercury and Emerald, respectfully. So interesting thing to note there. We'll take him out, but they're about to shake hands. Raven and Cinder are about to shake hands, and then the doctor takes Cinder's hand and says, I'm not going to be responsible for your little vendetta against the student, probably in Ruby Rose, because she wants to get revenge on Ruby Rose. And he's like, and then she just powers up, her fire eyes and her, Fall Maiden powers. And he's like, then what do you got to worry about? So she shakes Raven's hand, and that's basically how that scene ends. Then we get to the next scene, which is Blake's father, fighting two, White Fang guards, and another one's about to sneak up behind him and basically backstab him, but then Sun Wukong jumps out of the window and takes that third guard out. Blake comes in and freezes the hands of the two other guards, and the one guard, I'm gonna tell you right now, it looked like Sokka. I'm just going to put that out there. That guard, when he took that mask off, he had the Sokka hairdo, and stuff. I was like, what is this? I was like, I don't know. Anyone else notice that similarity, from him to Sokka, without the boomerang, obviously. But, it's just an extra character anyways. But I just thought it was really weird because he really looked like Sokka. But anyways, it's an extra character anyways. But, so basically, then, while they're frozen, because Blake comes into the frame, and basically Blake, Blake's father basically tells Blake, go after your mother. We were ambushed, so we don't know we got separated because they were obviously, at least he implies that they were in different rooms at the time they were attacked. So they ultimately get Blake to agree to go search for the mom. She's saying, the father says, you've been telling me, Sun Wukong is not your friend, is not, completely useless. Let me see it. So yeah, so Sun and Blake's father can fight side by side, I guess. Anyways, so with that being said, they fight together. Sun Wukong, says, something, says, to, Blake's father, and Blake's father's just like, shut up, let's go, and so they go and they start fighting the guards, and that's basically it. So at least Sun Wukong and Blake's father are getting along okay, because, that might be his, just gonna not throw it out there, but could eventually be his son-in-law, in the future. Just saying, Blake and the son, they could be married, so, just saying, they might gonna have to get used to each other at some point. So, potentially. Anyways, so that's the end of that, and then after that we get back to Raven, who's just kind of like upset. She's like kind of in her little tent room or whatever, and you see Ronaldo, come in, the Spring Maiden. I do eventually hope we do end up seeing, I'm just saying, just put it out there, the Spring Maiden and the Fall Maiden at some point. With the way their powers are, examined, so to speak. It seems like she's got rain power, and Cinder's got obviously fire power for fall. I'm wondering if the Summer Maiden had like earth power, or grass or something like that. And then obviously the Winter Maiden's gonna have snow, I imagine. Kind of like elements, sort of, but not really, because there's no air. But I just thought it was pretty interesting, to say the least. But yeah, with the Summer Maiden, I'm very curious about that. And the Winter Maiden, with the snows and the elements and all that stuff, how that all works. By the way, just putting this out there, I mean, maybe it could be winter. I mean, winter and winter. It's just I mean, I could have just came up with a theory right now. Winter being the Winter Maiden for RWBY. Wouldn't that be something? I just thought of a theory right now. Hopefully no one came up with that before I did, but like seriously, that would be very interesting actually. But yeah, just something to throw out there. That Winter could be the spring, or not spring, could be the Winter Maiden, and we don't even know it. Just out there. But yeah, okay. So anyways, back to the thing. Raven, is basically sitting down in her tent. Ronaldo comes in and she's, are you really sure that we can trust them? And that they'll do this deal. Is like, no, they won't. Once they outsee our uselessness, they'll Salem will dispose of us. That's what they do. So Salem basically everyone's a pawn to Salem, which kind of makes sense in a sense, because I mean, if you think about it, yeah, that's what kind of she's done so far. And Something tells me she's going to do that to Adam once Adam completes her mission. If she completes the mission for him, or if she fails, and he's just going to get rid of him anyways. So it doesn't matter. So that's kind of what Salem does. She uses people as pawns. And so she's, obviously, I'm guessing, going to come up with a plan to basically, get rid of them all. Or, double cross them. That's what it looked like. Ronaldo basically asked, well, what about Yang? What about, your daughter, if she gets into the crossfire? And she was like, doesn't matter. She made her choice. I don't exactly know if Raven is actually implying, anything or not. It didn't look like she's never really expressed in this. She's never been really expressive with or without the mask on what she's thinking. So I don't know if she really cares about Yang or not. Secretly deep down if she does or not. It doesn't feel like it, but I'll remain neutral because a lot of changes have happened. But I didn't really get that sense that she cared about Yang going into this. But that being said, of course, at the end of this, after she said that, she does turn into a raven and then flies away. And that's about it for that, because she can transform into a raven like Crow can transform into a crow. So that's how that scene ends. Then we get a small scene from Haven Academy where we see Crow in his room, and next thing you know, we see Oscar, basically saying that, Ospen needs to talk to you, which is kind of weird because, Ospen can transform at any time, since he's in Oscar's body. But of course, Crow basically, just walks out of the room with him, and that's kind of the end of that scene. Then at the end of this, we see Blake, running to, she's in her house basically now, and she's running into, a room, and eventually she gets to a room where, she's downstairs, and there's this room where it's there's an upstore patio type thing, and upstairs you can, see Ilya, I guess we can say Blake's former best friend at this point now, and they just stare each other down. They get their weapons ready, and they're ready to fight, and that's basically how this ends. It's just a big stare down. So yeah, that's how that all turned out. That's the end of the episode. Overall, very interesting episode to say the least. I thought this was a very good episode. It sets up a lot of things that could happen in the coming weeks. Salem could be playing Adam, and using Adam, which doesn't surprise me at this point because I had a feeling that she was. I think she's just using everyone until, she gets her way. She could be even using Cinder for all we know. But one thing this episode did not have was that had no Neo and no Neapolitan. Still, the long-awaited return of Neo. It would be really cool to see Neo at some point and see what she is going to do here. Something tells me is, she's going to want to get revenge on Salem because, Salem essentially did kill Roman Torchic. Something tells me that something's going to happen on that whole front. We didn't see RWBY or anyone else from the RWBY gang besides Blake, since Blake's not with the RWBY gang. We didn't see John, Nora, or Rin, unfortunately. So we'll see what they happen. They'll probably be in the next episode. But like I said, really good episode. Let me know what you guys think about this episode and your comments and your thoughts about this episode, as well as what you think is going to happen in the next episode. All my playlist episodes are, that I've done for all Volume 5 as well as Volume 4. All Volume 4 be in the description box, the whole playlist of everything, all my playlists of everything that I've done. as well as the previous episode review of RWBY. So yeah, comment, rate. Please give this a like if you really like this video. Comment, rate, and that's about it. I am the SS Ultimate Goku, and I'm out of here. Peace.